Hey guys, this is Elisa, and I'm here today to do a video. Before I begin with this request, I do want to make an announcement, I guess, or like some kind of message or whatever you call it, but like a point that I really want to get across. And this isn't to the person who sent me this request. Like, I don't want you to think like, oh, she's saying this in my video, so clearly it's about me. It's not. But if I don't say it in this video, I probably won't get it out. But you guys need to chill with how demanding you are. Okay, I'm not a licensed psychologist. I'm not a licensed psychiatrist. I am not a licensed counselor. This isn't my job. I don't get paid for this. I am a college student. I work 2 jobs. I have my own life. And I understand that you guys have your problems, and I do offer my assistance for free, but do not take advantage of that. Do not send me novels, literally novels. Like, so many people have been doing it to the point where I can only record a certain amount of time on YouTube before I'm not allowed to upload stuff. I can't even upload y'all's videos because the requests are that long. It takes me 15 minutes to read some of your requests. And at that point, I don't even want to do it anymore. There comes a point where you just need to, like, I understand, like, wanting to turn to me for help. That's good because, you know, I'm free. I am somewhat available. Like, it's a good resource. But if you are struggling as much as you say you are, you are in dire need of, like, professional assistance. Okay, not a 21-year-old on the internet who you don't know personally. I'm talking a psychologist, a psychiatrist, somebody who can legitimately help you. Because I am tired of having my messages blown up 24/7 demanding help. You know how frustrating it is when I'm at a concert, when I'm on a date, when I'm doing this with my friends, and I just get these messages, why aren't you answering me? Answer me! Why aren't you helping me? You know how much that makes me go crazy? It makes me want to block you and just let you deal with it on your own. I mean, that's what I had to do. So this is, like, I'm not even going to be nice about that. Just do not snap at me. Do not send me books. Okay, if anything, send me a video of you talking, but please keep it prompt. Don't give me the time of the messages that were sent between you and your significant other. Don't tell me her blood type, his grandma's. I don't care. Just give me the story. Give it to me promptly, and I will help you as best as I can. But if you snap at me, if you send me novels, if you blow up my phone, if you just require my attention like a dog, you are going to be blocked, and I'm not going to help you. So please just be considerate. Remember who I am, and respect that, okay? Because I'm tired of, Elisa, help me. No, fuck you. I'm not going to help you. I'm tired of it. I really am, and I'm not going to bullshit anymore. Like, I'm not going to help you. And this isn't about one person. It's literally probably about a dozen. So please stop. Please. And don't message me saying, oh, was that about me? Probably. It probably was. I have a life, okay? So, now that my rant's over, after 3.5 minutes, I'm going to do this request that was promptly sent to me, and respectfully. So, I'm going to read it. It says, this is via Instagram, by the way. There is somebody that I love with all my heart. We were engaged to be married, and she broke it off because she left me for someone else. This man she left me for turned out to be married and got her pregnant and kicked her out. After that occurred, she started immediately calling me back, and I didn't take the calls. She keeps in touch with my mother, who they weren't close when they were together, or when we were together. She was trying to call for about 1.5 years before I finally answered the call. She told me she messed up and how good of a man I was and wished she would have married me, and then I told her to get in line because a few women want to be with me now. The problem is I love her so much, and if she knew what she wanted, I would take her back. I don't know what to do. I kind of think she got scared and didn't know what she wanted. People make mistakes, but I can't go wrong by letting it go. Would you give it another chance? I think she thought he was the better opinion. I think you mean option. He was the better option, and after she got there, she realized he sold her a bunch of lies. I don't understand why she keeps in touch with my mother because she speaks Spanish, and the only way they can communicate is texting using translation. My mom said if you love someone that much, I should give it another chance. Do women realize later that you are the one for them and that they love you, or does she want me until someone else comes along? Okay, so let me also just give a warning that my opinions are very different from others just because of what I went through. So if you don't agree with my opinions, that's fine. Ask someone else, but I will just give you what I think. I personally think it's done. I think it was over the moment that she left you for somebody else who didn't want her. And as soon as he dumped her off to the side of the road, she wants you back. And you can say, yeah, that's an easy way to put it, but no, there is no but. That's what happened. And there's no more backstory to that. Okay, that's what happened, and that's just what you need to accept. That's a pill that you have to swallow. You said got her pregnant and kicked her out. Are you talking about your wife or your woman, or are you talking about not your wife, your ex-fiance, or are you talking about the guy or the girl that the guy was with? You said she left me for someone else. This man she left me for turned out to be married and got her pregnant and kicked her out. I think you're talking about your person. Okay, this video is actually going to be really short because I don't have much to say. You're simply just asking, like, do you think you should give another chance? I don't think so. I personally think that if it would have worked out in between them, you wouldn't hear from her anymore. You wouldn't. You would not hear from her anymore. She's coming to you because women, most of the time, aren't in love with a person. They're in love with the familiarity. They love the familiarness. I don't know how to say that word. I just physically can't say it. They love the feeling of being comfortable with someone, okay? And that's the top reason why women don't move on from guys that they know they should move on from. That's the top reason why women stick to what they know rather than expanding and moving on. It's because we love being familiar with things. And it's the same with guys. You know, we like to stick to we go with what we know. And everything outside of that just kind of scares us, especially if you guys were engaged. I'm assuming you were together for a long time. And it's so much easier to stay with someone that you've been with and that you know than to move on and find someone else. And so I think maybe her being with this new guy gave her like a wake-up call, like, oh shit, you know, here I am being played like I was when I was single. But I have a really good guy at home who I was engaged to who I could have had it all with. Like, it was like that circumstance with that guy that she had made her realize how good she had it with you. But that does not mean that she loves you or wants you back. That probably just means she's aching for the familiarity. I'm just going to say, I don't know if that's how you say it, but that's how I'm going to say it. She's just aching for it again. And I will tell you something. Women and men are very different when it comes to moving on. Women, you ask, do women realize later that you're the one for them? No. We don't. I personally don't. I don't, like, in movies, guys are portrayed a lot to, like, date a woman, and then they break up, and then they just go crazy, do all this, and then at the end of the movie, he realizes that she's the one for him after all, and they end up back together, and then they're happy. That's how guys typically are / portrayed, that they always keep this woman in the back of their heart, that there is a fallback girl, there is, like, that safety net, there's always that one for them. But women are not like that. In very rare cases, yes, like I genuinely do believe if my mom and dad ever broke up or got a divorce, my mom could date around, whatever, but at the end of the day, she would miss my dad, just because I genuinely do believe they are soulmates. I do believe they are meant to be together. So, but they've also been together for over 30 years. So, but a majority of women aren't like that. When they break up with a guy, we don't realize later on that they're the one. We don't. Like, my brain never operated like that at any point in my life. Never did I sit there and said, he's the one. There was times, and I'm going to compare my past relationship to the one that I was in, that I reference a lot. There were, like, we dated for a while, and there were moments when we broke up where I was, like, thinking, like, could he be the one? But then, like, that thought occurred less and less and less throughout the past couple of years. Like, it happened a lot when we broke up and when I was, like, shaken up and, like, stirred and, you know, the breakup was fresh. Like, I was thinking, like, is he the one? Like, I was looking for these signs, like, the stars, the moon, all that shit. But those thoughts eventually stop circulating through a woman's head as they encounter more men, more experiences, more opportunities. And even like after I was moved on from my ex-boyfriend, even after like my life was good and happy and I was completely recovered, I could sit there and be like, hold on, where was I going with that thought? Oh crap. Oh, okay, that's where I was going. I could sit there and be like, he's not the one for me, but I can admit that the universe could work in strange ways. Not saying I want him back because I don't. You couldn't pay me enough money on this earth to take him back. But I do admit that the universe does work in strange ways because I've seen it happen. I've seen it happen a lot. But ever since I have been dating the guy that I'm with now, who I've been with for over 7 months now, that thought just doesn't happen in my head. Somebody's calling me. Let me answer this real quick. Hello?
Hello, this is Rachel at Cardholder Services.
Alright, sorry. I entered a contest yesterday to go to the Bahamas, and they said they called me back, but they didn't, so I thought that was them. Anyways, but ever since Ever since I've been in my new relationship, that thought hasn't occurred to me, like, oh, the universe can work in mysterious ways. Like, the possibility of us getting back together has always been literally 0.0001%, but now, like, since I did find somebody that I truly love and truly do want to be with, it's 0.0000000%, like, zero. I don't know if that just contradicted the number before, but, like, women, our thoughts about or if the guy was, like, the one for us, it literally gets weaker and weaker and weaker within time. It's never like, oh, it's a sign that we're meant to be together. Oh my God, it's really a sign we're meant to be together. Oh my God, I'm gonna get him back. Like, it never gets stronger as time progresses. It's always it's literally always the opposite. And that's not just speaking from my experiences, but that's looking at my friends. That's looking at everything. Like, there was this girl that I'm actually still best friends with her. We hang out a lot. She dated this guy for like a year and a half. And she swore that he was the one for her. And as time has passed, and they broke up, obviously, and she's dated so many guys in the past, and she still, like, talks about him, but she wouldn't take him back. She's like, yeah, I loved him a lot, and a part of me will always love him, but I can't take him back. And every time, and now she's, like, seeing this new guy, and he makes her so happy, and, like, it just goes along to show that we don't think like that. We don't think with time, like, time never strengthens our feelings for an ex. At least I don't know anyone that's had that. If it does strengthen, let's say there's a woman and a man, they broke up, maybe if the woman's feelings do strengthen for X amount of time, maybe like a week, a month, 2 months, but then it always drops off. And then she's like, screw you, I'm over you, I'm moving on. So I think right now the woman that you are talking about, probably misses you because you guys were engaged. She misses having a secure relationship. Women love secure relationships. Women love having things established, whether it's friends with benefits, whether it's hookup buddies, whether it's nothing at all, or whether it's dating, whether it's whatever. Women love knowing where they're at with a guy. And when she was with you, she was probably happy because, like, you guys were engaged, you were solid, whatever. She found this other guy, they were solid, dating, whatever, hooking up, whatever. And she lost that because he left her. And so now she's aching to have this solidness again. And the quickest option is to go back to you because you're right there. You are the quickest option, you're the most familiar option, and you're the easiest option to obtain. Or at least that's what she thinks, but don't let her win by having that thought. Like, don't be the easiest option. I do think you guys might have been right for each other at one point in time, but that doesn't mean that you're right for each other for the rest of the time. That doesn't mean that you guys are meant to be together. It's possible to be meant to be with someone, for an era, but everyone's eras are different time spans. Some people's eras are a year, 2 years, 10 years, 30 years, a lifetime. But I personally think that she and you want to revive an era that has been laid to rest. And I could be wrong. Maybe you guys are meant to be together. Maybe you are ultimately going to decide that you want to give her another chance, and that's fine. Like, life's too short not to experiment. However, it typically goes that if you leave someone once, you leave them again. That's never proved wrong. If you break up once, you break up again. And the fact that she even took that journey of leaving you and meeting someone else and possibly becoming pregnant, which I still don't know who you're talking about, that shows that she believes that the grass is greener on the other side. So let her have it. Just because the grass wasn't greener on the other side doesn't mean that's your fault to take care of. It's not your job to water that grass. You have to take care of your own lawn. And it's not your fault that her expectations weren't met by him. You're not the babysitter. You're not the caretaker. You're not the one who says, oh, I'm sorry it didn't work out, but I'm here for you. No, the reason why she ventured off to him was because she didn't think you were good enough. She thought you were inadequate of having a future. She was engaged to you, but she didn't want to marry you. She thought that there's something happier for her elsewhere, or there's something elsewhere that can make her happier, and that there's something out there that can fulfill her more than you are. And when she saw that that's not the case, she goes to plan B. She goes to the second best option. And if somebody thinks that there's something better than you out there, let them have it, okay? If they wonder, let them have it. If their mind left you, they already left you in their entirety. If I was in your shoes, I wouldn't do it, because she literally told, like blatantly showed you that you aren't good enough for her and that she thinks there's something better out there for her to pursue. And just because it didn't line up the way she wanted doesn't mean she can have you back. That's messed up. And it'd be an insult of you to take her back. You'd be insulting yourself, your family. And the whole mom thing, ex-girlfriends love keeping in touch with moms. It's just a thing. My brother's ex-girlfriend has a thing with hitting up my mom. After my breakup, would hit up my ex's mom. This was like 3 years ago. Even now, like my boyfriend, his mom and I are friends. Like we text like normal people. I mean, we are normal people, but you know what I mean. Like girlfriends and ex-girlfriends just love moms. And it's because we think that the moms have the biggest influence over the son. So if we can show the moms that we're good, they kind of like reflect that onto the son, and it makes us think that they love us more or whatever. So like, for example, she's probably talking to your mom because she wants your mom to like bring you up, or to convince you to get back together, or to ask about you, or to ask about her, or ask about y'all. I don't know. I'm sorry. I went to the gym today and I worked out for a really long time. I'm literally delirious right now. But we just love moms because moms are like literally the man for us. Like my boyfriend's mom is the closest thing I have to my boyfriend. So it's just nice to like be able to be in contact with them. And even if, I don't want to say if my boyfriend and I break up, because I don't like thinking like that, but if we do, like, it'd be hard for me to let go of his mom. I love his mom. But I do think she stays in contact with your mom because she wants to be an influence on you and your mom somehow. She wants to still be in the picture, but she doesn't deserve it. I personally think she's not a good person. She used you. She manipulated you. She told you that you weren't good enough. She didn't say it with her mouth, but her actions said it, and actions do speak louder than words. And you'd be insulting everybody in your circle, including yourself, if you take her back. If you decide you want to experiment again, fine. It's your world. I can't control it, but this is my opinion, and I'm sure a lot of people that you'd ask would probably say the same thing. I just know how girls work, and I know that if you give her enough time, she probably will move on. She'll probably always keep you in her heart because, like, you guys were engaged and you did love each other, but we all love people in different eras, but then those eras change, and then we find new people. But I do think her feelings will eventually, like, weaken over time, just because that's the circle of life, I guess, in a non-mortality way. But yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say. I'm sorry, I'm kind of in a hurry. I have so much to do today. Thank you for this request. I hope I helped you out. I don't think it's worth it. I think you should just tie all your loose ends, cut it off, and just find your happiness elsewhere. Do things that fill your heart, not take away from it. For example, taking away is like partying, drugs, sex, whatever you think deepens the hole. But filling things is like martial arts, painting classes, a wine tasting club, a book club, and I do things that fill it. Like, I'm not even just trying to be like corny or tacky, but that really helps. It's like my number one recommended cure for any heartbreak is doing things that like really trigger your mind, because it really does release the same neurotransmitters as being in love, like norepinephrine, serotonin, dopamine. Yeah, so that's pretty much all I gotta say. Thank you so much. I hope you have a great day. God bless, and let me know how it all pans out. And don't take her back, or else I will find you and I will hurt you. Thank you. Bye-bye.